Okay, we're going to look at some strategies for rounding this week. Our learning target for the kids is to be able to use strategies to round multi-digit whole numbers. So if we were going to round this number to the hundreds place, there's a few strategies that we can use. The one strategy that we as parents or adults probably know is we would circle the hundreds place, and then we're going to underline the place to the right. And we know a rule that if this number is 5 or greater, we will round the hundreds place up. And if it's less than 5, we'll keep the hundreds place the same. So by those rules, the 7 should stay a 7, and all the numbers to the right are going to turn to 0. So that would round to 700. In the book, they teach us another strategy to use a number line. And so we're asking kids to do this because they can see it visually. So we can still circle the hundreds place, and we're going to look at the tens place to do this. So I've told the kids what they need to do to draw this number line is first they need to draw the line. Doesn't need to be perfect, but they'll put arrows at the end. And then we are going to put a point here and a point here. And so the kids need to know they're looking at what two hundreds is this number here between. So I know it's between 700 and then 800. And I tell the kids that the underlined digit, that's what we're going to count by on our number line. So before we do that, though, I find the halfway point, and that's 750. And then I can make my marks in between. So I know that's 710, 20, 30, 40. We already have 50. Here's 60, 70, 80, 90, and we already have 800. So this number is 730. So we're looking 10, 20, 30. Here's 30, but it's 34. So it'll be about right there maybe. Okay, so now what I do is students can visually see and ask themselves, is this number closer, or is this dot closer to 700, or is it closer to 800? I know it's closer to 700, so we would round 734 to 700. One last strategy that they show in the book is through subtraction. So they would once again find what two hundreds is this between. So 734 is between 700 and it's between 800. So they're going to subtract 700 from 734. And so this is pretty easy. I know that I'm left with 34 because that's 0. So I know that 734 is 34 away from 700. And then they would also subtract 800 minus 734. We'd regroup. And I'd have a 10 in the ones place. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. 7 minus 7 is 0. So 734 is 66 away from 800, and it's only 34 away from 700. So I know since 34 is less than 66, then 734 should round to 700. So those are a few different strategies that we can use to round. And we haven't had much practice this week, so hopefully this video will help when students have homework at home.